GWOP DVD.
GWOP DVD.
GWOP. The GWOP is there.
So do you know what GWOP is?
GWOP, that you're talking about?
What's up? Welcome to GWOP DVD Magazine, an urban entertainment and financial education video magazine.
This is GWOP. That's that GWOP. Shout out to GWOP. GWOP is real.
GWOP magazine is real hot. Still, man, see me at Roy Barbosa at GWOP magazine. GWOP DVD magazine. It's GWOP DVD, damn it, get familiar.
Look at the state that music is in right now. Music is in its most fucked up state, most uncreative state at this point, just because music is strictly follow the leader. You know what I mean? Like, when you go to a record label and you play them songs, they want to hear your down south track, they want to hear your party track, they want to hear your track about a chick, and they want to hear your storytelling track, and then everything else, you can do whatever you want to do. Act like the consumer has a brain of their own. Like, I remember when we first started making music, there was a particular chick, she used to be like, yo, your beat sounds so dark. Like, why don't you make your shit sound happier and brighter and like better to fit the clubs? I make music the way I feel. Like, any beat that you ever heard, you know, Dipset on, Lil Wayne on, Lil Flip, or any beat you heard any of these niggas on, that's the way I felt the day when I made the beat. I make music what I think is hot, you know what I mean? And good artists can hear that and they run with that, you know what I'm saying? So that's my advice to all the new up and coming producers, is just stay true to yourself, man. Make music that you honestly love, you know what I'm saying? And everything else will fall into place. If people don't like that, then they was never gonna like you in the first place. If you're a dude that samples, honestly, you're gonna need the basics. You're gonna need either a CD player, a turntable, and I would always suggest an MPC, because to me an MPC is hands-on and you can really do what you want to do. Some people choose to use Fruity Loops and all that other stuff, but that's, you know what I mean, I don't use that. So I would say, you know, inexpensive way, you're gonna have to get an MP and, you know, a turntable or a CD player, either one. Like, if you're a sampling dude, if you don't sample, then you're gonna need a keyboard and you're gonna need an MP. You're gonna spend somewhere close to $3,000. I don't care how you look at it. But, like, I know why I like the MPC. I like the controls of it. I like the fact that it's, you know, the 2000 is user friendly. The 4000, if you never used the MPC before and you buy the 4000, you're gonna end up killing yourself because you'd be mad. You know what I'm saying? My first piece of equipment was from, I gotta shout out my man, for all y'all that know him and probably don't know him, my man Todd Terry. He's like a huge house DJ overseas, man, but like, you know, he was the first dude to actually buy me all my equipment. Like, he sent a Sandmash truck to my house with everything in there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was bugged out. Like, they delivered everything. MPCs, fucking mixer boards, speakers, speaker stands, sound modules, keyboard. And I just lucked up, and I just, you know, just seeing that somebody had the faith in me to do some shit like that, I just went in. And ever since then, like, you hear the shit that you're hearing now. One of them things, as long as there's studios and as long as you hand out CDs, there's always chance of somebody two-tracking your shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can be an asshole about it and say I'm not giving CDs out, but then it's sort of like you cutting off your nose to spite your face. You know what I'm saying? Because then now you're killing yourself. I mean, this is a music game where your music has to constantly be in circulation, so you can't avoid it. You could just hope that people don't do you dirty. You know what I mean? Like, my thing is, if people respect you enough in this game, they're not gonna do that to you. Me and you are personal friends and we talk and we know each other. I'm not gonna do you dirty. I'm gonna call you and be like, yo, I wanna use this track. You know, how much you gonna charge me, or how we gonna work it out? But that's like, getting jerked around is honest, it's inevitable, man, to new people. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always good to have your music out there. But my thing is, if somebody's gonna put your music out there and try to do you dirty, like, contact me. You know what I'm saying? Like, who's to say I wouldn't let you rock with it and throw it out? But don't act like I don't exist and just put the shit out and let me find out about it. To me, that's like, you don't got no respect for me. Now there's problems between us. You know what I'm saying? I've never argued with an artist face to face over some musical shit or some money that, you know, might have been owed to me from their album, whatever. I don't argue with them. I'll call my lawyer and be like, yo, listen, call this dude's lawyer and tell him that they owe me $30,000 and they bugging out. You know what I mean? The album been out for 3 weeks. What the fuck? Can I, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's to the furthest extent. So when I do see the artist in person, there's no bad blood. That's what managers are for. That's what lawyers are for. Save your money and don't spend it on bullshit. Or if you're gonna spend it, reinvest it in yourself. Like, I feel good when my bank account is right. Now I realize that shit. You know what I'm saying? You gotta start with yourself first. Like, if you don't brand your name before you brand your music, then you're really not gonna be too successful. You know what I mean? Like, nowadays, like I said, the music game is all about hype. If people feel like the name Heatmakers being on an album is gonna help them sell an extra 100,000 records, then you did your job. But if you have a name like Neptunes or Swiss Beats, people are gonna inquire about the album just because these dudes' names is on it. If I'm a producer and I branded the name Heatmakers and I'm selling a track that me and another dude might have did the same exact beat, just because he's Joe Schmo and I'm Heatmakers, he could probably get 5,000, I could probably get 50. And that's what a lot of these producers and a lot of artists too don't do. They think I make good music and that's gonna help me win. I mean, it should be like that, but it's not. You know what I'm saying? You really gotta brand your name. And this is gonna sound fucked up to new producers, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause they gonna look at me like, yo, how can this nigga say that? But beggars can't be choosers sometimes, man. Like, you gotta build your way up to be something, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't think if it's your first album, you really have the right to argue over points and all other types of extra shit, because like you suppose, don't get me wrong, get your points you're supposed to get, but if it's a matter of getting your points or making the album, make the album first. You know what I'm saying? Like, start making some hits and then worry about all the other shit after. Like, you know what? Like, I'm not saying you're not supposed to worry about it while you're making the hits, but then show and prove first. Let people say, you know what, this dude deserves everything that he's getting because he proved to me that he can make a smash when we call on him. At the end of the day, it's still a business, you know what I'm saying? So you have to go about it like business people go about it. I would say, like, to new producers, find a representative, somebody that you trust that can represent you and can speak when they go in front of people and present your music to them. You know what I'm saying? Right now, people look at Dipset as New York's movement, and we're the music behind Dipset. So, you know, you really can't have one without the other right now. Like, there would be no Heatmakers without Dipset. And of course, there would be Dipset without Heatmakers, but it would be a totally different sound.
GWOP, GWOP DVD.
GWOP DVD.
GWOP. The GWOP is there.
So do you know what GWOP is?
GWOP, that you're talking about?
What's up? Welcome to GWOP DVD Magazine, an urban entertainment and financial education video magazine.
This is GWOP. That's that GWOP. Shout out to GWOP. GWOP is real.
GWOP magazine, real hot deal, man. See me at Roy Barboza, GWOP magazine. GWOP DVD magazine. It's GWOP DVD, damn it. Get familiar.